Boldwood presents Baby One More Time. Written by Camilla Isley and read by Patrick Boylan and Stephanie Cannon. The moral right of the author has been asserted. This performance is owned by Boldwood. To all women trying to get pregnant with IVF. I was once there myself, struggling with all the fear and uncertainty of infertility. Whatever the reason you're on this journey, I hope you have a positive, painless experience and that you get to hold a snuggly baby in your arms soon. I send you all my love and support, Camilla. 1. Marissa. 16 years ago, prom night. A police officer escorts me to the front porch of my parents' house, ringing the bell. It takes my sister a while to come to the door. Teresa must have been sleeping. The only saving grace of the night is her being home instead of my parents. They would have died of a heart attack seeing the police bring me home in the middle of the night. Still, the expression on Tessie's face as she comes to the door shows she must be suffering a minor cardiac episode as well. Her sleep puffy eyes are wide with fear, and even the unicorns on her pajamas seem dismayed. She takes in my tear-streaked face, dirty dress, the officer standing beside me, the flashing red and blue lights of the NYPD car in the driveway, and gasps. "What happened?" I fling myself at her. "Johnny left me." My sister hugs me back, but her body is still rigid. "Is everything all right, officer?" I hear her ask in a mechanical voice.
"Yes, just make sure your..."
"Sister," Teresa offers.
"Your sister keeps out of trouble. Have a good night."
"Good night, officer, and thank you for bringing her home." Teresa shifts in my arms, dragging me sideways with her to close the door. "What happened?" I shake my head, trying to contain the tears. "I don't want to talk about it." "Mari, you were just brought home by the police in the middle of the night. Can I at least ask why?" "Don't worry, I'm not about to be indicted. Being publicly humiliated is not a crime." "And I said I don't want to talk about it." "And what do you want to do?" "I want to go back in time and join my parents on their cruise, skipping my senior prom altogether. Better even, I want to never fall in love with the boy next door." My heart squeezes because that's not happening. No matter how brutally he rejected me tonight, that love is wedged deep into my heart, and it's not going anywhere. Oh, gosh, Johnny is gone. My pulse races out of control, my palms get sweaty, and a breath catches in my throat. I'm about to have a full-blown panic attack. To hide it from Teresa, I flee upstairs to my bedroom, seeking a safe place where I can break down undisturbed. But of course, my sister follows me. Well, at least running up the stairs has staved off the onset of the panic attack. And as Tessie joins me in my room, I can sit on the bed without having to gasp for every breath. Teresa sits next to me, placing a comforting hand on my thigh. "What now?" "I honestly just want to sit on the couch, eat Doritos, and binge-watch unboxing videos on YouTube." I sob, wiping my tears with my hands. My fingertips come back blackened. Mascara must be running down my cheeks in rapids. The makeup that cost me an arm and a leg at the mall, ruined. Teresa kicks her heels against the footboard of my twin bed. "Why unboxing videos?" "Because they're soothing." "Unboxing videos of what, anyway?" "Cat litter robots?" Teresa squeezes my hand. "Was the punch at school spiked?" "Yeah, I wish." I stare at the walls of my bedroom, unable to focus on anything through the blur of tears. "After YouTube, I want to burn all his pictures. Except I don't have any because no one prints photos anymore. You have to code an app for an ex-boyfriend exorcism bonfire, Tessie. Can you do that?" My sister considers for a second. "That could actually be a valid business endeavor. An app that makes a facial recognition scan of all the pics on your phone and deletes the ones with your ex. The technology is not quite there yet, but I bet a lot of gals would download it if it became available. What should we call it? Burn your ex? Burn X? No, something more dramatic. The witches are burning you, you sorry excuse of a pathetic ex-boyfriend. That might be too long for an app, but we can work on it. Anything else on your post-breakup list? I sniff. No. Teresa nods sagely. And you want to do all that while still wearing your prom dress? Yes. Tonight? No, not tonight. Tonight, I'll just cry myself to sleep in my room if that's okay with you. Sweetheart, whatever you need. On impulse, I hug her. I'm glad Mom and Dad went on a cruise and that you're with me instead. Teresa pulls back to look at me. They would have supported you just the same. Not if I had to explain where I was tonight. The Trent's prom after party? Not exactly. I managed the first half smile of the night. And that's why you're the coolest sister in the world, because you're not going to ask. I'm not going to ask tonight, Teresa scowls. But we're going to have to talk tomorrow, all right? She gets up from my bed and drops a kiss on top of my head. Are you sure you're going to be okay on your own? We can sleep together in Mom and Dad's bed. No, I'm okay. I mean, I'm not okay, obviously, but I will be. After my sister leaves, I go to my desk and contemplate the photo memo board hung above it. Pinned there is the only physical picture of John I have. It's 4 pictures, actually. We took them in one of those tourist booths the summer of junior year, a spur-of-the-moment thing I never thought I'd regret. In the top one, we're making silly faces at the camera. In the second, John is kissing my cheek, and I'm smiling like an idiot. For the third one, we're full-on making out. As I stare at the 4th passport photo, my heart skips a beat and tears resurface in my eyes. This last is the worst. In this one, we're just staring at each other, unmistakably, helplessly in love. I open the drawer of my desk where I keep my incense-burning kit and take out a lighter. With the picture in my hands, I climb out of the window and sit on the windowsill, my naked feet skimming the roof tiles. I hold the photo up to the midnight starry sky and set it on fire. The film disappears in a quick blaze, cinders lazily floating into the night. I take a deep breath, inhaling the smoke from the burning picture, and close my eyes. When I reopen them, an inferno is blazing within me. I let it smolder and gain momentum, fueling my rage. I hate you, Johnny Raikes, I say into the wind that carries the ashes of our relationship. I will never forgive you for what you did.
2. John. Present day. It's good to be back home. Back to the city that never sleeps. As I exit the subway station, a falling leaf smacks me in the face. I brush it away and rejoice in living in a place with seasons again. Not all agree. Nora's words as I dropped her off at school earlier replay in my head. The cold sucks. Pretty opinionated for a first grader. She'll get used to the cooler weather, to not living on the beach a stone's throw away from the ocean, to having to make new friends, to having been abandoned by her mother. No, she won't get used to that. And we needed to leave behind our old house. The place was a constant reminder of a life that's gone. As I walk down the street, the air is crisp and smells of the nearby Hudson River. Since we came back, even though I'm a New Yorker who grew up in the city, I can't shake the feeling of being a tourist. Well, it has been 16 years, I remind myself. For Nora, twice a lifetime. For me, a phase. The city hasn't changed in all this time. New York is still loud, brash, and the biggest ball of nerves. Excitement is in the air, on the screens, on the billboards, in the subway, and on the streets where everyone is speeding somewhere. Love it, I say to myself. I walk the extra few blocks to the new